Hello everyone, this is a video I'm making. I'm going to do it as a video, not as a podcast, because there's a visual involved, which is the spreadsheet itself. I will do a document or a podcast for this as well. What I wanted to speak to you about is this spreadsheet and how we can use it to identify the value bets in the Cheltenham Gold Cup. Now, there's this whole bunch of factors which I have determined over the years are the key factors which make a Gold Cup winner, and they are ordered from top to bottom in this column here, from high to low. Okay, and we can see that the top rated horse has got 17, and in fact he passes every test. He's officially rated 66, he's British trained, he's had 15 or less fewer chases lifetime, he's been placed in an RSA, an Arkle or a Gold Cup. He's had an RPR of 167 or higher in his last two starts. He's had a top 2 finish in all his starts this season. He won last time out. He's got a top 3 finish in a Cheltenham chase at the festival in 2017. Ran in a chase in 2017 at the festival. He won a Grade 1 chase this season. He's won a chase this season. He's a Grade 1 winner in a chase at 3 miles or further. He's a Grade 1 chase winner. He was first or second in the Lexus. He ran in the Lexus. He is aged 6 to 9 and he's never been beaten in a previous Gold Cup. What I haven't added in here is the dosage category. That is in the document on the website. And we'll see that the top rated horse with a perfect 17 out of 17, plus he is a snug fit, in the dosage category is Might Bite. There he is. He's got 17 ticks and 0 passes. And hopefully, if you followed the advice given back in November when I posted it, you've taken the 7 to 1 or the 8 to 1 as it was, and you're sitting pretty. And Road to Respect is also on the short list. He misses out because he didn't run in the Arkle, the RSA or the Gold Cup, and he's not British trained. Okay. So here he gets 15. But he did win the chase at the Cheltenham Festival last year. It was a handicap. Sizing John falls down on, he didn't win last time out. He hasn't been top 2 in all his last 2 starts. He hasn't got an RPR 167 in his last 2 starts. And he's not British trained. And he only gets 12. Okay. So there we go. The next 2 on the list, who are both very interesting, are Black Lion and Disco, both of whom I mentioned in previous editions. Both Grade 1 chase winners. So what I would normally do, and I will do this and I'll come back to you on it, I'm not going to do it live on the video, is I would choose what I would say are absolute essentials, like must be a Grade 1 winner. If they haven't won a Grade 1 chase, I won't be entertaining them. Although Double Shuffle's been second famously in the King George, I'm not going to have him as the Gold Cup winner. So what I will be doing is removing those horses. And again, Minella Rocco, it's not won a Grade 1 chase. And I will apply that. Any that, for instance, are older than 9, I'm not going to have them. Don't matter who they are, I'm not having anything. Because what we're looking for, again, reminder on the strategy, we're looking for horses that fit the profile over many renewals. We're not looking to pick the winner of this race. We're trying to extract the value from the market repeatedly. We want to repeat the process many times. If we can get an edge and end up on a horse that is better priced than it should be many times, we'll create betting value and therefore be profitable punting. Okay, so any of these horses, and this is what I will be doing. So all the old timers like Q Card, he's not going to run anyway, so he can just be dismissed. And I will carry on like this. And like these horses here, Batcherson and these 4 horses here are not Grade 1 winners at the current time. If they subsequently run and win a Grade 1 chase, I might have to change my mind and put them back in. But there's a lot of horses here who have not yet won a Grade 1 chase. And I will be eliminating those. And this is what I'm going to do. And I shall come back to you with when I've done all of that. And I'm not, for instance, I'm not going to be entertaining the horses that have been beaten in the Gold Cup before. Okay? It's just statistically, they're very unlikely winners. Once you've proven you're not good enough, you're unlikely to prove that you are good enough in the future. So a lot of these horses, beaten in the Gold Cup before, Cheltenham, been beaten 3 times in the race before, Smad Place, beaten in the race before. Here we go. So immediately applying that that logic, and there's all of these down here, look. All of these are non-Grade 1 chase winners. So I will be deleting them like that. Here we go. And here we are. We're now down to these horses here. We might, by examining these horses, we might be able to extract some value. And you can already see that possibly Black Lion or Disco might be value. But we've got to then decide which of these features is it most important that they ran in the King George, or is it important that they placed in the King George? For instance, this horse here, Coney Island, is yet to win a Grade 1 chase at 3 miles. Unless he goes to Ireland and runs in the Irish Gold Cup, which I doubt he's going to do, he's not going to get the opportunity. So very likely, I'm going to dismiss him. Okay. And very likely that the horse will have been sent to the Cheltenham Festival before. I know that Dow Duke has never run at the Cheltenham Festival before. So I'll be taking him out of the equation. I wouldn't be advising a bet on him. Even though he might go and win the Irish Gold Cup. He's never been to Cheltenham before. And there we go. We're now down to a field of 6. Defending champion. I'm not really a fan, and the horse disappointed badly. He's got to bounce back. He's going to go straight to Cheltenham. And he's coming in off an RPR 137. And here we go. This is something I find very interesting. One of the things that I really want is horses rated with an official handicap mark of at least 166. And these 3 horses, although they're quite nice horses, Black Lion, Disco and Valsalido, none of them have got a handicap mark of 166 or higher. So I'd be very keen to take them out. Now any of these might run in the frame, but we're trying to find the winner, okay, in this process. For instance, I think Double Shuffle may be able to get in the frame. and if he was a big enough price, if you could get 4 places or 5 places, if it's a big field, he might be worth a bet. We'll discuss that nearer the time. But as for the winner, I'm going to say he's going to be rated 100, officially rated 166 or higher. And here we go. The spreadsheet has sorted itself out, because here we have them. And we have the top 2, and it may be a case that the value that is left is to save your money on Road to Respect, because he looks the main danger. There you go. So that is what the spreadsheet is all about. I just sent that out. I'll post this video up for you, and I'm very excited. I think Might Bite is going to be exceptionally difficult to beat, as long as they don't, for instance, this is a major concern of mine, and I'm going to be very cautious about the Thursday and Friday betting, is last year, because it was dry on the Tuesday and the Wednesday, the clerk of the course put millions of gallons of water all over the track, because he was worried about it being too quick on the Thursday and the Friday, and he completely killed the track. It was dead as a dodo. It was awful what he did. You know, they'd have been better off running on unwatered ground and running faster, you know, quicker times. It destroys it for a punting purpose. So Might Bite really ideally wants proper festival good ground, if he can get that, without it being horribly overwatered and deadened. It will, you know, he would go on it, but he will be much better if we can get nice spring jumping ground that he can just glide over. If that all happens, I expect Might Bite to be exceptionally hard to beat. Okay, Road to Respect might be able to put it up to him, but I think he's an out-and-out galloping machine, and that last half a mile, you've really got to be able to stay it, and he will. He will be galloping and galloping and galloping, because that's what he does, and hopefully they set him a light. So there we go. I hope you've got the bet on as I suggested, and I hope that was a informative way of how I go about looking at the race, or a race. Okay, thanks very much for listening. I'll speak to you all soon. More content will follow. I am in deep research. Speak to you soon.